What's going on with the going on, y'all? You know what I'm talking about? Already. We ain't got a lot to unpack, but we gonna unpack a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't been that hard this weekend. I mean, today. You know what I'm talking about? It's Wednesday, so ain't a lot going on, but it's enough going on, so we gonna get it going on. You know what I'm talking about? Already, cause if it's zoning in the zone, and we in the zone when we zoning, you understand? It's should I save her? Uh, let's see what we talking about. Shout out Young Thug. Shout out to you, Young Thug. I seen you with your colorful hair. I just didn't say nothing yesterday because it wasn't part of the repertoire. You understand me? But I guess you was doing your thing. And speaking of doing your thing, I guess 6ix9ine was doing his thing too. You know what I'm talking about? 6ix9ine decided he wanted to wear a dress like you did, young sir. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you know how niggas be trolling, you know what I'm talking about? So, you gotta let a troll be a troll. You know what I mean? But it was funny as hell because I sure put it on my timeline, laughed and everything else. It might have been the meantime in between time, but definitely got done. And I was just laughing like, hell no, he crazy. I guess he gonna be the next one up. You know what I'm talking about? To talk about you, young thug. You done had many and plenty, so he ain't gonna be a new one. You know what I'm talking about? He just needs something to do. He on papers. You know, when they get on papers, they can't do a whole lot of fake felonies. So they gotta sit on here and act like they committing treason by talking about a motherfucker. Somebody told me they been telling me stop talking. Yeah, it don't work that way, kind sir. You know, listen, trolls don't work that way. You know what I'm talking about? Then somebody say you was throwing rocks and hiding your hand. I don't know how to do that. I told you I know how to turn it on and turn it off though. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what I do. So, you know what I'm talking about? I don't mean to offend or harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. I thought I've been said that, but no here nor there. Shout out to you though, young thug. Shout out to Miss Nia Long. You like them young, huh? No. Shout out to dope Miss Nia Long. She was looking good. I hope the movie turned out great. I haven't yet seen it yet. I guess it come out April 24th, 25th. And you can get your tickets as early as April 22nd. I guess y'all got a viewing. You probably can go view it now if you was, in Hollywood somewhere. But unfortunately, you know where I'm from. I'm by the way. You know what I'm talking about? I'm closer to Gary, Indiana than I am anything else. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to you though. You know what I mean? Heard you did a marvelous job on being Catherine. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to you too, Auntie. I already talked about Mike Jack, but yeah, I can't wait to go see that movie. But I seen it. This probably be including living through the shit, living with the shit, and then once I got older, you know what I'm saying, being able to convey and converse. Man, I feel like I know them niggas. So it's kind of hard for me to just say pinpoint some shit and make it go. But this gonna be my third unvan of the Michael Jackson story. Like I said, I've been through the story and everything else. You know what I'm talking about? I lived through the trials and tribulations. Sure. You know how motherfuckers just, wasn't never a kid. I ain't understand it until I got older. Like, damn, I was never a child. You know what I'm talking about? And then, I shared on my story where I was a millennium or Gen X. It depends on, you know what I'm saying, if you would consider 81 what it is. You know what I'm talking about? So me making them transitions and shit and having to own my own and make my own way because the generation before me realized that the system was broken or could be broken, and they had to sit back and watch it get demolished. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of demolishing, shout out to China. China, man, they don't play no games. I can't even say they crazy. But that's how you keep order and discipline, though. And that's how you listen to the government, because the government listen to you. They was like, oh, you raping babies? They killed about 3 people. Oh, you raping babies? Oh, we ain't even finna give you no trial. No, nothing. They probably had one, but we talking about the Chinese government. They ain't playing no games. Oh, you raping babies? Oh, we go get your ass out of here. Damn, you trying to talk? Ain't no talking. We finna hang you sons of bitches. Shout out to China, though. That's how it should be. Oh, you raping babies? Let me go and get you up out of here. Maybe the next motherfucker won't rape no babies. Because they gonna know what it is. Shout out to you, though, China. Shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You feel me? Shout out to Gout Gout. I see you running fast. You running faster than Usain Bolt. Heard you broke a record, young Gallard. You know what I'm talking about? Shout outs to you for breaking a world record. It's hard to make Usain Bolt record. And as I was writing it down, I'm like, damn, the second motherfucker broke a record too. Second place winner, he wasn't nothing but a second behind. You only beat the motherfucker about 2 seconds. So he obviously broke a record too, but we ain't talking about the second guy. You know what I'm talking about? We need to talk about him a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Because he training just as hard. But when you ain't first, you last. You know what I'm talking about? So we ain't going to talk about your, you know what I'm talking about? We ain't going to talk about your AZZ. You know what I mean? You see me? You understand me? You know what I mean? But yeah, he broke a record too. I know how to count. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of a count, shout out to Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm talking about? Drafted by the Pistons. I guess that's all you gonna get, because the rest of them ain't saying not one word. We're going on 3 weeks now. Like I said, I heard my son come out with a statement. You know what I'm talking about? And I made several statements letting you know, hey, this is why they ain't doing what they doing. But I guess other Moors want to decide to have a conversation. I ain't even finna state no names, but other Moors want to have a conversation, and it's a waste of time. I feel like you wasting my time. You know what I'm talking about? But when you get the Jews in between, that's the only reason why we doing what we doing. I just wanted to address that because obviously, people must think I'm a fool or something. But I here, okay? That don't mean I ain't gonna stay here or I'm gonna be at default. You're gonna have to definitely either do something personally to me, or you're gonna have to say something directly. And then I'm gonna stop fucking with you. And it don't take much. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers talking to you. But anyway, let me not get beyond the point, because I'll be here forever. The reason why I shouted out Jaden Ivey, because I guess someone decided, hey, I'll follow your lead. So AJ Griffin decided to say, I'm going to leave the league and follow Jesus. Okay, AJ Griffin, it's 2 of y'all now. Now you got, not Jaden Ivey, you got somebody to talk to. You know what I'm talking about? The only way it's going to change is when it's 50. When it's 50, now they try to figure out what's going on. Hold on. A quarter of y'all that left. What's the problem? 2 ain't going to do no justice. You know what I'm saying? Because they know how to increase the peace. Tell me, you understand me? It's more alphabet boys than it is you boys, okay? Just understand me already. Shout out to Papoose. I see they've been breaking you down, sir. Not in a literal term, but in the physical one. You know what I'm talking about? You understand me? Yeah, they breaking you down, sir. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got your side chick, she quiet. And then I wonder if Remy Ma gonna have a response You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, y'all got a lot going on. You know what I mean? I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get to no specifics, at least not yet. You know how I am. I'll eventually get to the nitty gritty. I just gotta write it down, write it up, think about it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm freestyle. All this shit is dumb shit. So when I get done, it's over with. I just save it. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I don't make it home tonight. I do it for the last time, baby. Hey, I treat each moment like my last. Oh, baby, you are all that I have. So just in case. Whoa, whoa. No, for real. Let's see. Shout out to you though, good brother. Uh, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shout out to the Queen. You understand me? Shout out to you, young Queen. Shout out to Mrs. Light. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You understand? Shit, y'all all, I mean, Queen, Miss Light, and the Wu Tang Clan. You know what I mean? To name a few. Shout out to you, young people. You understand? Yeah. Yeah, now you can collect the check and keep on checking. You understand me? Already. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but okay. Shout out to the young WNBA draft. Y'all crash, get up and go. Then y'all got up and went. Huh. Shit, I guess. You know what I mean? Shout out to Fly J. Let me say it right. Flajay Johnson for being the fourth pick, even though I don't like the trade because I don't think you should have went to Seattle. But shout out to you for being drafted. Okay. Shout out to the young lady from UCLA. She went to the Washington Mystics. I can't. Lauren Pitts, I think your name is. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but she definitely went number one, and she went to the Washington Mystics. But shout out to you, Flo J. Flojo, I can call you Flojo now, huh? You know what I mean? You done made it to the WNBA draft. Your name gonna be Flojo from now on. You understand me? Shout out to Flojo. You know what I mean? May you rest in heaven, young lady. Let's see where we at. Shout out. This is what I wanted to talk about anyway. Shout out to the young man who stood outside that NFL training facility. I guess a young man from Eastern Michigan stood outside the Lions practice facility because he didn't get an NFL combine in second invite. So he decided that since they didn't draft him, he gonna draft himself. And his name is I'm gonna say you full. Frederick McGee. Now Fred McGee played for Eastern Michigan, and he didn't get drafted. He didn't get drafted, so he went to the AFL, won Defensive Player of the Year, and once again, he ain't getting the second invite to the combine. You know what I'm talking about? So he decided to stand outside the Lions facility and make a name for himself. Y'all should at least give him a try, A for effort. You know what I'm talking about? At least give that man an A for effort. You know what I mean? Speaking of A's, shout out to Mr. Tendernism. Mr. Tendernism decided he wanted to go and talk about a restaurant in Atlanta. I guess they got the best jerk chicken in the world. You know what I'm talking about? You know I'm gonna put some extra on it. They got the best jerk chicken in the world. They make their homemade everything. You understand me already? From the barbecue sauce all the way to the hot sauce. You understand? But you know, we need to go out there in Atlanta and check those guys out. You know what I'm talking about? Already. And may your pops rest in heaven, young lady. You know what I mean? I see you've been doing it on your own for a while now. So hope the sky is the limit. You know what I mean? Um, let's see, who we gonna talk about? Let me talk about this young man. I wasn't gonna do it, but I guess you know what I'm talking about. I respect your pops a lot. You feel me? And when you do dumb shit, I don't like to talk about dumb shit, especially when I know you better than that. You know what I'm saying? Greatness is greatness. You know what I mean? And I don't like to dwell in greatness. That's just not less. It's beneficial to you and me. You know what I'm talking about? I can't have it not benefit you. Shout out to Cardi B for giving me motivation today, cause I was just gonna blow through this shit and call it a day and let everything be everything. You know what I'm saying? But between Cardi B and Rest in Heaven, Young Dolph, you know what I'm talking about? You know, I listen to his 10 commandments damn near every day. And one of the best ones is like rule number 5. I ain't chasing no bitchs. You understand? And that ain't just, and for me, it ain't just chasing bitchs. It's chasing the whole thing. You feel me? From the in to the out. I like to do blogs about talking about other folks. You know what I'm saying? Because other folks don't get no understanding. Maybe they need some understanding to say this ain't the best they need to be doing and go down another avenue. That's all. That's it. And if you get it, you learn it. And if you learn it, then you keep going with it. You know what I mean? I told a motherfucker a long time ago, I am who I am. And I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And I'm going to let it fly. If it stick, then it's a landing. If it don't, hey, I keep trying. Because I don't give up on nothing. I've been in this world long enough, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, King, you got arrested. You in Atlanta, so you got a little possession charge. Possession of what? Because they ain't getting no Pacifics, but I guess they'll get to it before the day over with. And I was just kindly stating that you obviously ain't learned to do better. You got to do better, sir. You have one of the greatest legacies I've ever known to man. For real. Both for your family members. Mother and father are great people, bro. They put on. And for you to be negligent with it is crazy. I wish I could be put on. I tell you, you think I'm in the zone now? Man, I'd be zone-tastic for real, nigga. All this shit would not be nothing. It won't be nothing. Cause I be doing something. Hey. That nigga said, you gonna be starting something. I said, we gonna be doing. And man, you know what I'm talking about? Shout out to you, good brother. But yeah, I'd be fantastic, bro. And you ain't using this shit to be fantastic. But I mean, I guess you want to go and be a tenderism type nigga. Wait till you 70, 80 years old, get it and want to get on. It might be too late, bro. You know what I mean? You never know when your blessings stop. And then you gotta act like your blessings kept going. And you be like that one nigga. His first name Marcus, his last name Jordan. You know what I'm talking about? Getting your car stuck on the freeway cause you know what I'm talking about? You inebriated. You know what I mean? Amongst other things. Yeah, I can't see you go down that road, good brother. That's why I'm talking crazy to you and talking to you now. I could talk crazy to you. You know what I'm talking about? But you still young. I feel you still impressionable. A motherfucker can still talk to you like a gentleman. But after you get over 30, I'm talking to you like it don't make no sense. Cause obviously it didn't when you was old enough to grasp all this. Cause you could do this, listen to me, and do you at the same time. Ooh, that light's starting to get hot. You see, I'm starting to perspire. But anyway, brother, I'm go on and find me something to do. Cause obviously you like Pikachu. You feel me? Mr. Soup. That shit crazy. Let's get into a few of these talks and then we gonna get on about it. So, I ain't gonna. I like this guy, so I'm gonna get on and say what it is. But you old enough now. See how I went from young. Now I'm gonna go to an old nigga. Lil Duval, you should know why a motherfucker ain't talking about that nigga, man. You been in New York, you got enough money. You got a jet and you know how to fly one. Nigga, you been there. You know what they say. You understand me? And that's why a motherfucker got a disdain and a nasty taste in his mouth. You feel me? A nigga ain't never put on. Now he in a situation where man, ain't no forgiveness, bro. You can't go 30 plus years, don't put on. And now we living in an age where if you put on or you was on for your city, you gonna get respect in your city. And not only your city, but around the world, you gonna get that same respect that you put out. He ain't put out none, so he ain't gonna receive none. Ain't nobody finna show you no love, good brother. You didn't show him none. And the people that you needed to show love to, you shunned them. You feel me? You made them feel bad about themselves. It's to the point where a lot of them got chronological issues because of the hatred that you showed in the beginning, thinking that shit lasts forever. Shit don't last forever. Them same motherfuckers that you got going on, they told their stories, bro. And now you dealing with the kids of the stories they done told. Some people don't forget. And when you don't forget, then you get on. And when you get on, it's set in stone. You are a BITCHASS nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's who you are. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone. But sometimes when the motherfucker asks you for $4,500, you should just give it to him. Instead of running your mouth, acting like it's funny. Going to GQ and telling a story that we already heard before. And waiting till January to tell it. How you gonna go and say the same shit niggas been saying and then wait 3 months to release it? Come on, man. You ain't finna blaspheme me. You know what I'm talking about? And let me do a side note. Another motherfucker not finna tell me to stop chasing. If you get the fuck on, then it ain't no chase. That's all you got to do. Find you something to do. Every time you open your mouth, you will not have. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be not fed, bro. Period. So you might as well close it, sew it up, and starve to death. Because that's where it's at. That's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. You can even put your bitch out there, because that's what niggas like to do. Oh, bitch, why don't you try a little bit and see? She gonna get the same treatment. It's just gonna be a little more discreet, because I got a little bit more respect for, you know what I'm saying, your bitch. Excuse my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone, but I'm starting to get beside myself. Now, you see, King, how I got beside myself, but at the same time, I still stay in that parameter of respect. But I respect you, Lil Duval, but that's what it is, bro. And that's what it's gonna be. Now, if a nigga decide to pay me, I might not retract my statement, but I won't state it no more. Because it still is what it is, and it's still my feelings. You say I'm emotional, I'm a Pisces. So we're going to get off that, but we still in the same parameter. So shout out to February the 8th, 1996. Why are you giving out this date, you may ask? Well, February 8th, 1996, they passed the TEL Act. Google it. ChatGPT it. I don't give a fuck how you do it. But you know what I'm saying? They did a Telecommunications Act. And the Telecommunication Act, to summarize it, was an act where you was able to go to the radio stations and buy who you were as a person. You know what I'm talking about? So a motherfucker could go and say, I want you to play all the Lionel Richie's records. The radio station say, no, I'm straight. And you grease the radio station. And once you grease the radio station, through this act, you don't gotta grease them no more. That's basically what it is. I ain't gotta grease you no more. I could just go to the higher ups, pay them, and now you gotta pay it anyway, whether you wanted to or not. Before this act, I could tell you no, and it didn't matter what the radio station said. The people control what was going on. The people did through the Telecommunication Act. The people no longer had right to what was being played on the radio. So a nigga couldn't go to the community and find out what was going on. It was just going on because I said it was going on. Nah, it made it paved the way for a lot of jocks. That's why when it come down to hip hop, a lot of people don't support it. But it was originally for healthy, important people helping other people. But, there's no hint of that. I guess healthy people start helping themselves. Oh, man. Shout out to y'all, though, for real, for real. We're going to get into, I guess we're going to get into one more. Oh, no, I got two more. Let me make sure. Yeah, I got two more. So, let's get into this one little joint because we ain't talk about it exclusively enough. Shout out to Miss Hustle. I seen the song you wrote. I fairly enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about? Now, Miss Hustle used the same beat that Remy Ma used. And there was some explicit lyrics in there. You know what I'm talking about? Directly important lyrics, may I add. I think they was directed to a motherfucker. But you know what I'm talking about? We shall see. Is she gonna respond? You know what I'm talking about? Probably not. Like you said, she gonna wait. Oh man, I liked it. That was fire. Say she waiting for the ghostwriter. Oh man, that shit crazy, bro. Shout out to shout out to you, nigga. God damn, that bitch was hot. I might play that bitch again later on. You know what I'm talking about? You'll see it in my story. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's go to this next fact, and it's hemp versus weed. Now, in 1937, hemp was mainly used for oil. So basically, in the 1940s, hemp was used for oil. But through the hemp, they realized they can make a whole nother plant. They just didn't know the plant when you burnt it didn't turn into oil. Shit, they forgot about the oil. Because they always duplicating some shit. You know what I'm talking about? And that's where the weed came in at. We couldn't be turning the oil and drove off it, and the car would the engine would explode. But I guess my speaker went out. When they got a hold to the engine, you know what I'm talking about? Sure. They thought they did their thing, so they got rid of a motherfucker. But they ain't know how it worked. You know what I'm saying? The quickest process was petroleum jelly. And the rest was history. But anyway, I don't like to dwell off in it because I be one niggas that go look and find out what's really going on when it's going on. Get back to me if you understand me. You know what I'm talking about? And then we got two more topics and we out of here. So we got Big Meech. I heard you had a lap dancer too, good brother. Oh man, that girl was pretty though. I guess she was in Coachella with a bad one. You understand me? And that's what's up, bro, should I say. Because you ain't nothing but about 8 years older than me. Shout out to you, bro. Doing your thing. Shit crazy. Man. I was like, damn, look at that old nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But speaking of that, can't give you that without giving you the other one. So I guess Kivion, you need to update your server, update what's going on when it's going on or something, sir. Because we've been talked about what you talking about. You know what I'm talking about? That was like 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, you need to update your situation and get you a situation you could talk about. Cause now I feel like you 60 and you cloud chasing. You know what I'm talking about? Just to tell your story, sir. I know your story. I know everything about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? But these kids don't know. And in order for you to get where you at, you gotta tell where you come. You know what I'm talking about? Or talk enough where a motherfucker could go and get their chat GPT on and then they find out what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? Only thing about some of that shit, you might get copyright written. You know what I'm talking about? Let them niggas copy, paste and repeat. And then you come and get you some bucks. You know what I'm talking about? Then we could switch the hustle around. Then the nigga might hear what you talking about. But nigga can't hear you when you ain't talking about nothing. You just in the cloud right now. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta come up out that cloud and really say some shit. And I think that's just it with that. I think I got one more. What's the other one? Let's see, y'all. We might get on up out of here. You know what I'm talking about? And we still got 30 minutes. So I guess this was a real light day, huh? The light's still on. No, we ain't talk about too much. But yeah, y'all. I guess that's it for today. You understand me already. And you know as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.